Hi, welcome to Living in the Light, and I'm Mary Amy, and I'm in this moment right now. I hope you are as well. And I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your truest potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. Welcome to Living in the Light. How is everyone this evening? I apologize. I'm beginning an hour later. We just did a bunch of errands. My daughter and I, we were running around after my job in the Matrix. And I planned on getting an oil change, and that didn't work out. But that's my stuff. How is everyone tonight? How is your day? How is everything going? I'm so glad you're here joining us, and I'm really excited. Here we are. We're about to embark on 2023, and we're at the last moments before the new year, and I hope you have some fun plans prepared for this weekend. It's going to be exciting. We're all going to be getting there together. And every single day, are you sensing that more and more of those out there are becoming awakened? And you know why? It's because of your light. It's because of the power of our thoughts. Our thoughts are very powerful. They carry a vibration, feelings and emotions attached. And we are ushering in and we are creating this new reality. It's very exciting. So anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So tonight we're going to cover topics like peace on earth, those crooked politicians, and Lightcode activations. Now, before we get on to that, and of course, we're going to mention angels and psychic phenomenon. Before we get on to that, I want to ask you, hey, who's joining us? Hey, Bob Harding, thanks for joining us. Now, I want to say you're coming from, don't tell me, Bob Harding, I should know this by now. Let's see. I gotta get this figured out here. I have so many names on here. Bob Harding. Don't tell me. Give me a chance. Here it is. Nope, that's not you. Is it? Oh, you gotta remind me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. My goodness. Iowa. I was going to say Idaho, but then I didn't. It's flat and I'm not. Okay, well, it's Idaho and I'm in New York. I'm coming from New York live. Let's ask ourselves, everyone out there in the physical reality, not everyone, I shouldn't say everyone, but more than half are really, really suffering right now because they're confused. Now, I know you're not confused, those who are joining us, because here we are. Here's our little community of those awakened. And we basically have one foot, if not both feet, on the fifth dimension, which is all about love and peace. And it starts with ourselves. Everything starts with ourselves. We have no control over what's going on out here. We only have control over this, which is our thoughts, words, and actions. And yes, they are very powerful, and you are highly advanced, and you are a worthy being. And so there are those out there. There's many that are just awakening, or they're looking around and they're saying, this doesn't, 2 + 2 isn't equaling 4, it's equaling F. And they're maybe thinking that what they thought was true wasn't. And it's very disconcerting, and it can be very lonely, especially if you're not around others, maybe in your family or friends, or where, your job in the matrix, your community, and you feel alone because no one understands you. And they kind of look at you and they say, I don't want to hear about that. That's ridiculous. That's crazy nonsense. And they say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, but really you're just a truth seeker. And you really know deep down in your heart that something just wasn't right. And now we're seeing, and we're coming into a place that we're the first timeline arrivals. We're the ones that know. We're at the beginning of the line, and we know. And should we be sitting around? Yeah. And should we be sitting around, and should we be going attacking anyone or saying, you shouldn't have done this or shouldn't have done that, I told you so? No. We have to be in a place to help those that are weak and vulnerable and going through a tough time. And anyone that's spewing hate or meanness, it's because they have so much hurt in their heart. And the only way to counter that is not through hurting them, continuing to hurting them or bringing more pain. It's about giving them love and allowing, there some to be forgiveness and, to just hold hands. And we're going to get on to peace on earth. So I'm just saying that. I'm just giving you an idea that, we're going to be encountering this day after day. And it's going to become really essential that we realize that those out there who have not awakened yet, or they are about to awaken, are going to be in shock. Remember when you didn't know what was going on and then you found out and how icky it felt and disgusting, and you said, these heinous crimes to humanity. And it's really so, today I heard some more, and I couldn't even believe it, about this Epstein Island and what was going on there. And I flinched because it was so traumatizing. So just remember that, and basically have patience and understanding. And they're going through something as well. We all are. And we're all going to come together, though. We're all going to reach the light together, because everyone, as they awaken, and we're going to get into that as well, the light codes. What is that like? What are the ascension symptoms like? It's very exciting. There's good news on the horizon. As I say, light on the horizon. It's looking through a window, or it's going to a sunrise, and you see the sun coming up over the horizon and the beauty of nature. That alone can wake you up. That might just be a mystical experience, a mystical awakening. It's lovely, and you can create that yourself. Now, if you're someone that's basically practiced being practical, and you're all about, well, I'm the devil's advocate, I'm just all about numbers, and I look at things very much the way they are, and that's all I see. That's a little bit more challenging for you or anyone out there with that perspective, because this new world is all about light and other dimensions. It's not going to be about being practical and what you see with your eyes, because really our eyes only can see 1% of what's going on. That's all we can see. Now, our bodies can sense other perspectives, other sensations. So did you have any dreams last night? I had a dream I'm going to share with you. Share with me your dreams, because our dreams are so important. They're guiding us. And when we go to sleep at night, remember to be in a place of love when you go to sleep. So you're going to be vulnerable and nothing can attack you then. We spoke about psychic attacks. And there's been this spiritual war of good and evil, and we've been dealing with evil, haven't we? And there's been angelic beings and godly forces and divine energies that are coming down and helping combat that. And the evil has been pretty powerful. It's kind of globbed together, and it's possessed humans. You see those humans out there in those videos, and they're just and they're just attacking each other. Maybe they're hitting each other, and they have so much hate. And what do we do in that case? We send love, because you know what? Love conquers all. I was watching a video. There's this Nicholas, I'm trying to remember his last name, and he's amazing. He's English, he's British. And he had a guest on, and the guest said that evil hates the word Jesus Christ. You say Jesus Christ, evil's And I say God the same, but I guess Jesus Christ is pretty powerful. Hey, Down Under, thanks for joining us. That's right, you're not from Australia. You're not from Australia. I know that already. You are from Pennsylvania. So we have Iowa, New York, Pennsylvania, and anyone who's joining us, please write in the video. Hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. So Bob Harding, I really need to start writing down my dreams. You know what? It's so funny, Bob. Oh, Down Under says, hello, what's inner? Just got home. What's inner? Oh, what's dinner? I didn't have dinner yet. Well, no, I kind of did. I had a late lunch. So I'm kind of holding off. I'm having pizza for dinner tonight. I love pizza. I really do. I love my carbs. So our dreams are so important because our dreams are guiding us. And my dream last night, again, it was about money. I shared with you yesterday, it was about 111. Oh, and I want to say today is Wednesday, December 28th in the Matrix work week. And last night, all I kept saying was it was Monday. It was Monday. When it was Tuesday, I lost a whole day. And I really believe that it was Monday because the day before, when I was at my job, we had no internet. So we had to go home. So I didn't have a full day of work and it confused me. And also the holidays. So today's Wednesday in the Matrix work week. I just want to clarify that because I was a little lost. And I'm reminding you, we're going to speak about peace on earth, crooked politicians, and light code activations, but about dreams. Our dreams are essential to guiding us. And that's why I did create a dream journal. You can find it on Amazon, and I'm going to plug that right now. And it's My Dream Journal. It's by Mary Amy. You can find it. But I don't say you have to get My Dream Journal. You can just get a composition book or paper. And when you wake up, write it down. Now, if I don't write it down right away, literally as I'm waking up, I forget it now. For some reason, I don't remember my dreams. An hour later, I have to go back and look. So I did have this dream the other night, and I spoke about it yesterday, and it was very significant. It had the number 111, and it was about money. And last night, I also had a dream, and I had a dream with my father. Now, my father passed away, and I was very close to my father. I adored my father. He was very, very stoic, and he was very serious, and he could be silly, but he was a very serious man. He was very stoic. So I was raised not to complain. Tough it out. Suck it up. That's how I was raised. Don't ever complain. And my dream had my father. And I've had 3 dreams recently with my father. And he was an Irishman. He was Belgian and Swiss and Irish. And last night he was in my dream, and it was about money again. It was about spending money. And that's been my concern. That's been one of my issues. I guess why I don't have a lot of abundance of money in my life. And maybe one day I will. And maybe money will not be an issue at some point. Maybe we'll have the Nasara Jasara, and then the credit cards will be taken out. We won't have any debt. We won't have to pay the IRS anymore. I don't know. Hopefully, cross our fingers for the Nasara Jasara if we keep saying it, right? The power of thought. So I had this dream last night, and I'm just sharing with you because I'd like you to share with me any dreams you have. And I want to tell you how significant they are because they are taking you to maybe your fears. I spoke about last night, what's the most number one fear across the globe is fear of death. And that's how they get us in the media. That's how they get us in general is, oh, well, that's going to kill you. That's going to kill you. Now, I believe, hey, Tommy, that's the New York way. Suck it up. Suck it up, buttercup. That's right. New York way. Suck it up. Be stoic. And, I say that now I got thrown off because I was reading that. That's what happens to me. Blah. Anyway, our dreams are very important because maybe we do encounter our fears. And, like I just said, the strongest number one fear of the globe is our fear to die. But let's not focus on that. Let's be fearless beings of light. And let's basically channel the side of us that is all about positivity. And maybe we're going to live to be over 100. Back in the day, during the Tartaria days or way back when people lived hundreds of years. Isn't that what the Bible says? Hey, down under, you're getting very wordy tonight, aren't you? I used to work where they make plastic pipes, and then that's what I had dreams about. Can't keep up with the pipe. Interesting. Then the prison getting stabbed. Oh, that's terrible. That's some very dark stuff there down under. We have to clear that. Once in a while, I'm dreaming about being in the army. Wow. I had this dream of being chased, and you know what I finally did? I said, I'm not going to run anymore, and I stood still. And then everything changed in my life, and more light came into my being. So, my suggestion is write down your dreams. And if you can't remember your dreams, ask yourself to remember before you go to sleep and say, I want to remember my dreams. And then have piece of paper and a pen close by, and in the morning write them down and see if there's anything significant there. Maybe bring some clarity to your waking life. Who knows? Stranger things can happen. So peace on earth. I say to you, when we all reach the fifth dimension, when we all reach this expanded awareness and consciousness, and we become our truest version of ourselves, we're finding our identity every day more and more as we activate our light codes, and we're going to get into that. Peace on earth is where we're going, isn't it? Now, our emotions guide us, and our vibrations attract whatever's to be in our life, which means that you carry a vibration and you will attract the same equal vibration. And maybe it comes through in people, places, and things. Maybe it comes through in the friends that you attract, or the loved ones you attract, or maybe in the opportunities that you attract, whatever your vibration is. So if your vibration is high and you're coming from a place of, ha ha, everything is wonderful. Now, it's not always wonderful, but a lot of times it's wonderful. If you're coming from that place, you really are. And you're like, I love myself and I love everybody out there. I guarantee you're going to send much quicker, like this, like clockwork. Bob Harding, you're getting back. I used to have war nightmares all the time, but they have cleared up. Well, good for you. I'm grateful for you, Bob Harding. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe. So, peace on earth. Now, we're speaking about coming out of our homes and hugging one another. And how is that going to be possible? How is that really going to be possible in this day and age? Well, it is, because we just said more and more out there awaken. Now, when I started doing videos, it was under 10%. It was probably 2% across the globe. And it's almost been 6 months of doing these live videos. And now we're embarking on, we are past, I would say, we are past 30%. We're headed into, I would say, between 40 and 40%. We'll know when 50% of those awaken out there, because everything in the physical reality is going to completely collapse. Because those out there are going to say, you know what? I'm not going to pay taxes. I'm not going to believe in this paper money that isn't worth anything anymore. Have you gone to the supermarket lately? You can't get much for your buck anymore. I mean, the gas prices went down a little bit, but boy, oh boy, how much does it cost to eat now? You can't even buy Christmas gifts or holiday gifts because you have to buy food. So peace as an individual. What does that mean? That means that you're free from any disturbance, any war. You're going to live in a place of tranquility and calmness, and you're just going to feel the absence of hostility. And across the globe, those out there are going to be living in a place. I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. A lot of peace, right? There's an angel. It's going to be a place that, like Bob Harding mentioned, war. There's not going to be any war. We're really going to be okay with each other. We are going to be literally accepting everyone as is. We're not going to be trying to change anyone. That's right. The grocery bill's like $1,200 a month for 3. That's a lot. Isn't that nuts? And we are going to be friendly to each other. Like I said, we're going to come out of our homes, peace on earth, hug one another. Now, maybe this sounds like, oh, Mary's being really corny tonight. And I don't really want to hear about this topic because it's kind of boring. However, you know what? At the end of the day, when you walk around and you say, I'm not feeling well, or I feel down, or I'm sad, that's because you don't have peace in your heart. And so we are going to, as a collective consciousness, we are all going to become peace in our heart. We're sparking the light in our hearts. We're loving ourselves. We're loving everyone else across the board, everyone. And we're going to have peace within us. There's going to be no fighting or war, and we're going to coexist in a perfect harmony. I'm going to give you some examples of ways to bring peace into your life. Now, we're going to say right now, peace within yourself, peaceful home, right? You want to go home and you want to have peace. Now, that doesn't mean you have someone ranting and raving or creating drama or yelling or screaming. And how do we deal with that? Do we yell and scream back? No. We kind of let them be themselves and let them live there and own their stuff. Have you ever been around somebody when they're screaming and you just stand there? And maybe they're not someone you know too well. I've done that, and then they start to do this because they realize how embarrassing they acted. And they're going to have to work on changing their behavior. It's about changing your behavior. Now, we don't change our behavior unless we have to, do we? And if everyone tolerates it, keeps on happening. It's like anything else. No one wants to change unless you have to. So we're going to spiritually have peace on earth. We're going to become very quiet within ourselves, have stillness. We're going to be living in comfort. There's going to be the absence of disturbance in all of our relationships, and it's going to be characterized by respect, justice, and goodwill. Those are the three traits: respect, justice, and goodwill. And how are we going to attain this peace and serenity and calmness and silence? This serenity that calms rough waters of conflict. It's not an easy thing to do. Walk away. Okay, yeah, you can walk away, absolutely. And you really can't ask everyone out there for help. You're going to have to figure this out all on your own. And you have that ability. You are an advanced being of light. And when those beings all surround us, and maybe they're the ascended master, maybe they're angelic beings, maybe it's God, Jesus Christ, and those who have passed, and you're surrounded by all this positivity and purity, you can just feel the contrast. And we're going to bridge that contrast, aren't we? Because we are going to find our own peace. We are going to have peace on earth. We are going to create this. As I say, we're going to bring it across the globe. And we are in the front of the line. We are the light workers and the star seeds. We're the 144,000, and we are here to awaken the masses and help them. So maybe one of the first things you want to do is to turn off any media programs. Sorry about that. Anything with the news, because what is that? That's bringing fear. It's fear-based, crisis, anxiety. You might, when you get into a place of fear, when you're scared, it raises your blood pressure. It raises your heartbeat. It affects your nervous system. You might hold your breath. When I get nervous and scared, what do? I hold my breath. I pause. I kind of freeze. I don't run. I freeze. It's almost like a child that's playing hide and seek and they don't want to get caught. That's what I do. I don't know what you do. I'm sharing my truths with you. And so we maybe don't want to watch the news or media programs. That's not going to be helpful for us. That's one. Two, I'm suggesting love yourself. If you would like peace on earth, it's going to start with loving yourself, and loving everyone and everything. That means all the nature outside. That means everyone on the planet. And you just send them love. And if you can't do that, maybe just indifference, where you don't react. And I've shared with you, when you come into contact with someone and they say to you, they walk into a room and you can tell their energy is like lit up. Stand back and just come from a place of neutrality and just listen. Just listen. Don't react. Don't be an actor. Don't react. Just listen. It's much more valuable. So one is turn off the news, the media, anything, programs that are going to agitate you and just kind of, it's all just fear-based. And basically, that's a way of controlling us. That's in the matrix. That matrix, we just got to get rid of it, don't we? So then 2 is love yourself and love everyone and everything. And 3 is remind yourself how valuable you are, all the aspects of your life, all the love, all the relationships, not the stuff, not all the material stuff. The aspects of your life that are beautiful. Maybe you live in a location that's close to nature. Maybe you have some loved ones around you that are just wonderful beings and you're grateful for them. Whatever it may be, maybe it's all your talents and your characteristics. You might be an amazing painter or novelist or great at sports or crossword puzzles or an amazing friend. You might have passion, like amazing passion within you, or romantic, or you're an animal lover. Whatever it is, remind yourself of all that in this moment. And number 4, I would say, is give away anything that's cluttering your life. Any of the stuff that you don't need, maybe just give it away. Get rid of it. Go through, those closets in your home, or maybe it's just cabinets, whatever it is that's just causing you anxiety because it's just taking up space and you don't need it anymore. Maybe dig through your old clothes and just get rid of some that you don't need. If you don't wear something for 3 years, just get rid of it and just get rid of all that clutter. So those are 4 recommendations on how to find your peace. And that's my recommendation to you. And, anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're going to get into some other topics in a minute, like maybe I keep saying crooked politicians. So crooked, what does that mean exactly? So crooked is a word, it means unscrupulous, it means fraudulent, and it means bending. Crooked, they say crooked, so it means bending. There's 2 definitions. One is unscrupulous, and fraudulent. The other's bending. And I believe crooked politicians are those who bend. You have a lot in New York. Yes. And so a crooked politician is someone who's probably, you would say, is dishonest. And I've been speaking about how, to me, all the politicians out there are pretty much just actors. And they're wearing their impressive clothing, and they're sitting there reading from the teleprompter, and they're having speech writers, and they're put in that position. And, there's some of them that are very wealthy now because they've been politicians, and I don't know what they've done to receive all this money, this currency, this cash. But somehow they've really kind of gained a bank and a crooked politician. So these politicians are active in politics, and maybe they're dishonest and they deceive others for personal gain. And they're basically abusing their power. Now, why are they doing that? Because our society, the civilization, which is going down in the dumpster, like the matrix, all the systems, they're going down. And we're seeing that because people are awakening and they're saying, oh my gosh, this can't be real. They're just taking all our money and taxes, and then they're just sending it to other locations, or they're coming up with these really ridiculous, programs to stick the money in. And there's so many people across the board that don't have any food, maybe, and shelter, or they're homeless, whatever it is. And we're just sending the money into all these programs. So there's something misguided there, and they're abusing their power. So some examples are maybe lies, corruption, and bribes, crimes. And you can see some of them that are receiving some prison sentences. They're getting caught with their pants down. Have we found everybody out yet? Nope, we haven't. There's so much evil that's out there that is going to be found out. There's a lot of disclosure coming every day. I just was hearing about the Twitter files today again, and I was hearing the Elon Musk, and someone labeled him as a white hat, and that's not really Elon Musk. And I believe Elon Musk, he's some kind of time traveler or something, because he just seems to be always stepping in poo and coming out smelling like roses. From him buying PayPal and then Tesla, and he buys all these companies that are doing not so great, and then he builds on them, and they become very powerful. And now Twitter. So these politicians, they propose, support, reject, govern, and they create laws. And the Speaker of the House, for example, Nancy Pelosi, double agent, maybe he is a double agent. I was just speaking about Elon Musk, and that's who he's referring to. So anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe. So Nancy Pelosi, I was curious about her. She was the Speaker of the House, and she's from California. She's a Democrat. I don't like to label. I think that they're all actually one. I think the conservatives and the Democrats are just really one, because they don't really seem to be representing us either side. But she's actually worth, go figure, Nancy Pelosi's worth $100 million. Actually, the full number that I saw was $100,643,521. And that's what she's worth. Mitch McConnell, he's allegedly a Republican. He's a senator. He's worth $34.1 million. Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, they're worth $120 million. Now, I don't know what to say about this. I don't know what to believe. I don't know if these are real numbers. I'm realizing that a lot of politicians blame others for their crimes, and they believe in supporting the transference of money to other countries, and they allegedly turn over money and stash money and commit crimes. And I mean, these crooked politicians, do I have exact specific crimes? No, I don't. However, I don't know if I would say them if I did, because I don't want to get myself into any more trouble. I'm not into trouble, really. I mean, they mess with we'll see, maybe the bots come on tonight, because whenever I speak about something I'm not supposed to, the bots show up. I don't know. I'm just bringing awareness that we can't really trust the politicians. And I always say we shouldn't trust politicians, lawyers, or car salesmen, right? So maybe don't trust the politicians. That's just my suggestion. And you know what? That's who's supposedly basically guiding our lives and making up these laws and telling us what's right from wrong. And they're all looking so spiffy all the time and impressive. But I myself, I used to really give them a lot of credit, and I believed in the whole process, and I wasn't awakened yet. I hadn't realized that it's a facade, it's an illusion. The Matrix is this illusion. And so I'm now coming from a place, do I want to give it a lot of attention? No, but I want to bring awareness and make sure that we are aware of what's possibly going on. And I believe there's going to be a lot of disclosure in the coming months, and it's going to be how the Matrix breaks down and how it completely collapses. Now, these are all my perspective. I'm giving suggestions. I'm here. I want good things for you. And do you have to believe everything I'm saying? No, I'm just bringing awareness. So anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're going to get on to Lightcode activations, because I'm kind of dabbling in some darkness, and now we're going to some positivity. If you've awakened, if you've come into the light, and as time is going on, and we are realizing that we have within us these dormant DNA light codes. And that means that you're going to start to realize that there's more to you than you had known. And maybe when you were a small child, you were closer to your real, truest self, but it was not nurtured in a way for you to really gain all of your abilities and characteristics and talents. Now, we all have the ability, as I've shared with you, to be telepathic and use our intuition. We have a knowing within us, and we have ability to sense others' feelings, thoughts, have knowledge and memories from other realms, and we possibly can channel. We can channel other entities, spirits. We have we have at least we have at least and possibly three intuitive, clear senses that we can master. So, light code activations. When I say light code activations, I know some of you know what I mean and some of you don't. So, let's just look at this photo here. And we want to say, do you see all these energies and frequency? We've basically been taught and we've been educated to believe that everything physically in the physical reality is all that is there, and that basically we have our physical body, and yes, we have thoughts, and yes, we have a heart, but we really didn't focus on our spirit. We didn't focus on our emotions. We were told, just don't be so dramatic, or don't cry or don't feel, just stuff it down. We never really embrace that side of us. And as we awaken and we reach a higher consciousness, now maybe you awakened through a mystical experience, a Kundalini awakening. Maybe you did that through meditation. Maybe you awakened through meditation. Maybe you spent time in nature. Maybe you asked for it. Or you were somebody that naturally had an affinity because it ran through your family. You might have had psychics or clairvoyance in your family, and you already were someone who was engaging with this side of you. You might have been someone who really focused on your dreams. Whatever it was that awakened you. Now that you're awakened, you're going to activate these light codes. And the light codes are going to come through on a daily basis. And it's not going to happen overnight. It takes months and months for all of you to come online. So more of you, more of your abilities, more of your awareness, more of your consciousness is going to be apparent to you. And you're going to, at first, it's going to feel really uncomfortable, I'm telling you. And you're not even going to be able to really understand it. It's going to feel as though you're not yourself. And you're going to try to kind of label it as something. Oh, I'm going through something. Or I'm just not feeling well. Maybe you're going to label it as a reaction to something going on in your life, maybe your career, maybe a friendship, maybe a romance. Maybe it's going to be that you're saying, oh, I'm out of sorts because of what's going on in the world. But the truth is going to be is that you're actually changing. You are transmuting into another version of you, a better version of you, the truest version of you. And so these DNA healing techniques that are dormant are coming online, and they're going to heal your human DNA. And so you're going to align with energy frequencies, and it's going to bring change. And as we are changing, we are physically changing, and we are emotionally changing, and we're spiritually changing, and we're mentally changing. The world is as well. It's like we're going hand in hand with the globe, Mother Earth, New Earth Gaia. And so we are the first timeline arrivals, those who have been activated and they're ascending to a higher consciousness. We are awakening, as well as the earth is healing and being repaired at the same time. And what does that mean? There's going to be divine events that are going to happen in our environment. And maybe it's going to be the solar flash. Maybe it's going to be come through as environmental changes, maybe the temperatures. Maybe there's going to be floods. earthquakes, volcanic eruptions. There's going to be all sorts of environmental changes that are going to occur because it's divine energies that are coming onto the earth. There's been solar eruptions, and you're sensing, I need to be in light more. I need to spend more time in front of the sun, because if I don't feel well. And I start to not feel like myself now. And it's very difficult when you have a job in the matrix. When are you going to have time to be in the sun? You go to work and the sun is just coming up, and then you're leaving and the sun is going down. And so it's difficult, and I have to kind of try to find time to. And I'm suggesting you spend time in the sun, because that's how you're going to activate more light codes. So we are bringing change to free the world. We are the beginning. We are the beginning. We are the beginning of this process. And they're all headed towards a path of ascension, as well as we are. It's pretty exciting right now. Hey, Alexandra Morel from New York. Welcome. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe. And so our light body activation is going to stream information. So here's going to be some of the symptoms you're going to realize. It's exciting. And what's going to be funny is as soon as you start receiving light code activations, when it stops, because it takes breaks, and it takes breaks because of you, and you're expanding and you're becoming more aware, but it's taking breaks because you have to assimilate and you have to kind of have it all come into duality within you. And then you're going to say, where are they? And that's what happens. I say, I haven't had any light codes lately, which is ears ringing. Those are some of the physical symptoms. Ears ringing, maybe your body's vibrate. You might feel tingling on your head. It might come through in dreams, your appetite, all kinds of things. You might need to sleep a lot more or eat a lot more. And so these light body activations are going to stream information to you. And it's not going to be like anything else you've ever experienced. Like I said, it's going to feel like this. All these energies are coming within you, into your body. It's not like anything you've ever experienced. It's kind of supernatural. It's a real life phenomenon. And your light codes are going to be in your physical body and your human energy field. And our energy field is surrounding our body. And I've spoken to you about how I can read someone intuitively by their energy field. I tune into it. I hear their voice. I just go in and I see it in my third eye. Maybe you're someone who can do that as well. You're going to hear light and sound codes. You might hear ringing in the ear, both ears. And there are going to be different pitches. And that's a sign that it's activating. So it's going to travel through the ether, the light and sound codes, and it's going to come to you. And this is what it's going to look like. Here's transformation, new world consciousness, the grand awakening. That's what we're experiencing. So there's going to be a higher vibration. Light codes are going to awaken, and a higher vibration means that you're coming from a place of more love and more compassion, service to others, not service to self. And these are dormant DNA activations. So you're going to see them, you're going to hear them. It might come through as light language. You might see all of this light language. One night, I was half awake, half asleep, and I saw this being, this extraterrestrial, and it was talking to me with light language, and then I was talking back. I don't remember. I remember the words. When I was doing it, it's a whole other language. It's literally another language, but it's passing through from person to person, and it's different sounds. It's very interesting. It's exciting at the same time. So you might see extraterrestrials. You might have codes of consciousness, angelic light. You might see angels, angelic beings. Everyone is going to be different. It's a personal experience. I'm giving you basically an overall idea of what it's going to be like. And you might have already been encountering this. There's going to be patterns of energy. Maybe you're going to see, it looks like scribbling, or might pass into another realm. You might receive information about a location, a place, set words. It's going to guide you. Be open to it. Be aware. Anything is possible. Just be aware. Basically for me, what I realized at first when it started happening, I didn't know what to make of it. So I wasn't accepting it. This was over a year ago. And then as soon as I began accepting all of it, what happened was more of it came through. So it's going to come through patterns of energy, sacred geometry. You might see sacred geometry. We spoke about the Merkaba. The Merkaba is two triangles that are spinning, one spinning in one direction and another spinning in another. Like when I spin light, clockwise and counterclockwise, and you're in the middle of it, it's the same concept. Light patterns, sound waves, tones, frequencies. This is just for you to become aware of Lightcode activations. As you awaken, that's what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to get into how can you achieve this? How can you make this happen or bring this on? So we've been focused on the physical rather than multiple dimensions. Divine beings of light. And that's what we're dealing with, divine beings of light. We are beings of light, and we are going to all go to the light eventually. We are all going to be in a place of light. And when we're in a place of light, we're going to be speaking to each other telepathically. Our bodies are going to change, morph into, transform, and evolve into crystalline light, from carbon-based to crystalline light. It isn't 2% of our DNA is worth something. It's 100%. They were saying 90% is junk DNA. No, wrong, wrong. It's 100% of our DNA is worth something. Now, how are we going to have this happen? How can you activate? You can activate by tuning into yourself, dealing with all your traumas, all of your issues, and allowing the duality within your being, the darker side of yourself, the repressed side of yourself. I've said as a child, those around you, all the adults, highlighted the parts of you they liked. They said, "Oh, you're so good when you do this, and you're so bad when you do that." So what did you do? You hid the bad side of you. And you were embarrassed and you repressed it. We want to bring all of you online, bring all of you out. Don't repress any of you, and love all of you. Instead of being shameful, you want to accept all of you. How can you expect anyone out there to love you if you don't love yourself? So here we go. We're going to be open to our chakras. Are you aware of your chakras that are running through your body? You have 7 chakras on the inside of your body and 5 on the outside of your body. Maybe I'm going to do a video tomorrow night about chakras. So we have 7 chakras. We have the root chakra, which is at the base of our spine. Then down by our lower part of us, we have the sacral chakras. Then we have the solar plex chakras. We have the heart chakra, which is our heart. We have our throat chakra. We have our third eye chakra. And we have our crown chakra. We have 7 chakras. And then we want to be open to that. And we want to make sure that all of that is running and all of our chakras are spinning wheels of light. We want to make sure that everything is operating. If you're not expressing yourself, then you're blocking your throat chakra. And if you're not opening up your intuition, then your third eye is not open. You want to open everything up and allow everything to come online. So our chakras, meditation is important. When I say meditation, people are like, "Oh, meditation." But meditation really is only about breath work. It's about focusing on your breath and having peace. All it's about is relaxing your body and focusing on your breath. That's it. Now you can do a guided meditation where someone takes you through a whole, story about going somewhere, maybe in nature. That's something else. So there we go. Chakras, meditation, dreams. Your dreams, if you focus on your dreams, that's going to activate your light codes. Now here's some others. Poetry. How do you spell that? Which thing? What am I spelling? Chakras? Chakras. 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 Okay? So chakras, meditation, dreams. Now here's something. Poetry, dancing, singing, and art. Those will all activate your light codes. And asking for it. I always say ask for it to come into your space within your being. Ask to be more intuitive. Ask to be activated. Now, we're connecting to our higher self. We're accepting. We're receiving all these vibrational codes, and we're becoming aware of our own energy and our own nature. The more you become aware of yourself, that's why I say, what are your thoughts and what's a thought from an outside source? When you start receiving impressions from an outside source during our practice, when we do our psychic phenomenon, you're knowing that's not my thought. That's not what I'm saying. You hear it coming from an outside source. You're realizing you're becoming more aware. That's why I say, if someone comes into your physical reality and they're like, wow, sit back, be more aware of your own thoughts, words, and actions, come from a place of neutrality, know the difference between that's their stuff and here's your stuff. Become more aware. So tune into flashes of light, symbols, energy, colors, information. How do you do that? Maybe you're looking more into the physical reality. Maybe you're closing your eyes and you're asking to expand your awareness. It's a lot of us accepting and asking. One of the activities that I mentioned way in the beginning when I started doing psychic phenomenon, I said, when I awakened the first time in 2013, I used to imagine stretching myself from here, leaving basically my waist down here, and imagine stretching my whole entire body like I'm one of those rubber dolls, all the way out to the sky, all the way up to the moon. And just imagine doing that. So you're stretching your senses, stretching. And that's what we're doing. We're stretching our senses. Every time we're doing some psychic phenomenon and tuning into all of our senses, we're stretching our senses because we haven't been doing that our whole life. And now is the time to do that because we're all becoming awakened. So we want to be more aware of flashes of light, symbols, energy grids. Imagine more light around yourself. That's how you're going to bring it in. That's how I brought it in. I used to say, how do you create a white light energy field? Well, you're imagining light in front of you, light behind you, light all the way to horizon, light. Imagine seeing light. And that's how you're going to clear a lot of negativity. So we're going to channel, heal self, have love, and stillness. Stillness is basically letting out a breath, closing your eyes. I always say relaxing your body like you're a rag doll. Just relaxing and just listening, having stillness, having quiet goes a long way. So here we are. So tonight we did cover peace on earth, crooked politicians, those that are active in politics who are dishonest, and light code activations. And we did cover, I did mention angels, but I'm going to mention angels. Did I mention angels? Maybe I didn't mention angels. And then we're going to get into psychic phenomenon. So angels, here's a beautiful, lovely painting of angels. And, here's the baby Jesus. And here we just left Christmas. So there's the mother Mary, and here's baby Jesus, and here's some three angels. I always have three is a very powerful number. And they're playing music and they're peaceful. So angels come down from the heavens to earth to protect humanity. They're celestial beings of light. They are messengers, they're warriors, and they're here for us. And then here's maybe what a crooked politician looks like. If he's a reptilian, if he's a shapeshifter, there's the side of me that's a conspiracy theorist, a truth seeker. And that might be what they are. Are they wearing masks? Are they clones? Is it CGI? I'm not quite sure, but I'm starting to believe that not anything is what we see it to be, because it can be done. It's an illusion. Or is that really the Oval Office? No, they created a whole set. It's like everything's one big television show. It's an illusion. So psychic phenomenon. What is psychic phenomenon? Well, it's all about our intuition. It's about the ability to understand something immediately without being given the information. It's something within us. It's instinctual. We have this ability within us to realize information, and it comes from an outside source. We have a knowing. Clear senses is all about a knowing. Do you have any clear senses? Do you have an ability to know something without anyone telling you, to receive information? And as we access this side of ourselves, these parts of ourselves, we actually improve. Our ability to do this will improve. And it just comes through practice. And it's not anything you can force. You can't pressure yourself. It's free. You have to allow it to freely come, basically stream into you the information. The more we allow it to happen, the more we just relax, it'll just come into ourselves, into our clear senses. And maybe you're going to hear information. You're going to see it in your third eye. Maybe you're going to smell it, taste it. You can touch it, physically touch it. You might have claircognizance, and that's just a knowing about something. You're not even being told anything from an outside source. Maybe you're going to have a feeling. You're empathic. You have clairsustenance, which is actually more clarity to your empathy. And you have these abilities within you. I know you do. We all do. I'm not special. We all have this. It's just the more that you practice, the more you will adapt to this kind of thinking. It's a different kind of, I guess it's a different belief system that I have. And you can adapt, and you can grow, and you can transform. And so let's do this together. So let's do some clairvoyance together. Let's practice. So let's close our eyes. I always say let's relax. We're hitting the 1 hour mark, and that's when we usually do this. So I don't plan this. It comes out of me. So we're going to relax our bodies, like we're a rag doll. We're going to take away any tension we have, because that's not going to help. It's not going to help. And, throughout our day, if you're either sitting in one place or you're carrying possessions around, maybe you're more stiff. So we want to kind of relax. Definitely let out a breath. And try the best you can to actually come from a place of some breathing that's natural. I'm speaking, so it's a little more difficult for me to have natural breathing. But for you, if you're just sitting still and uncross your legs, you're relaxing. Okay, and now I'm suggesting that we put aside any thoughts that we have, because we're really just tuning into our senses. We don't want to know what our thoughts are. We want to know what our senses are telling us. So our senses are going to share with us, maybe it's going to be a mental picture. And you can choose to have your eyes open or closed, whatever works for you. It's all personal. However it happens for you is how it's supposed to happen for you. So don't be distressed. There's not going to be any proof. It's just, you're going to have to trust that it's working. Maybe you're going to see a mental picture. Maybe you're going to hear sounds, voices, tones. It might be animals. It might be a being. Maybe it's going to be someone who's passed over, another entity. I don't know. Everyone's different. Maybe you're going to feel it in your heart. You're going to receive information through your heart. Like I said, maybe it's going to be a mental picture. Maybe you're clairvoyant. You're going to see it in your third eye. You can see a whole nother, like I just saw when I said third eye, I saw a farm. I saw the country. Okay, so now we've relaxed and we've reminded ourselves to take away any thoughts, and we're dropping down into our clair senses, which is all of our senses. And now we're going to make physical contact. We're going to surrender to our senses. Oh my God. And we are going to choose which sense that we are going to practice with. Maybe it's your third eye, your mind's eye. Maybe it's your heart, your feeling. Maybe it's your touch. Maybe it's your claircognizance. You're just going to trust that you're going to receive the information. It's going to drop down into you. Maybe it's going to be your hearing. So pick one of your senses. We've all been doing this quite a while, so we know. We tune in our hearing. We hear in the space beyond the walls of the room. So just choose one of them, and we're going to, and if it turns out you're not receiving any information, pop into another one of your senses. Whatever seems to have worked, try that. Maybe try another. Maybe have a couple. Now, my suggestion tonight is that we're going to, in this very moment, we are here in this physical reality, whatever reality you have in your space. Make sure that you're grounded so that you know you're here right now. This is my mug. There's my puppy dog, Elsa. I'm here doing a video, so I'm grounded, because to receive information, you must be grounded. And my suggestion to you, as you drop down into your senses, you're making physical contact, and you've chosen one of your clair senses, is that you're going to, in this right now, you are going to go to another reality. You're going to do what's called remote viewing, and you're going to, wherever it takes you. Your suggestion is you're going to another reality. Now, the other reality can be, maybe it's an angelic realm, maybe it's another location. Whatever it's going to be, you decide. Your intuitive ability is going to take you somewhere else. So the suggestion is you're going to another reality. That's it. In this moment, I'm going to be quiet and see where it takes me. And I'm going to choose to begin with listening and see if that works. And I'm going to also add touch. Okay, so this is really strange what I received. I went to another reality. I went to another planet. And then I said, that's ridiculous. I'm not doing that. That's not real. And I heard it was like it was like, how do I even say it? It was so loud in my ear, and it was crumble. It was something very loud together, and it's not paper. It was something else. I don't know what it was. And then I heard, Mary, why are you choosing to do this? Come here. And then I said, I don't want to look up. And it was an extraterrestrial, and and it was really weird. That's what I received. I mean, it was very strange because I really heard this. I heard the sound. It was a man, or a masculine extraterrestrial, and he was rubbing something together to get my attention right by my ear because I was looking down. So that's what I received. I don't know if I want to go back there. Did anyone else? What did anybody else receive? Anything? So I went to another planet. I don't know what planet it was. I don't want to go back there. Do you see how I turn things off? I don't know. What? Your video is breaking up. Oh, it is. Really? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Is anything happening right now? That's weird. How long has that been going on? Is it still breaking up down under? Did anyone hear what I was saying? So I tuned in. I first was listening, and then I had my hands and I went to another planet, and that's what happened for me. So I guess I'm just going to move on now because no one's telling me anything that they're receiving. So that was strange. So I'm going to rub my hands together. I don't really want to do the bowl of light now. I want to do something else. Let's try another. It was. My ears got really, really hot and felt breath and heart humming. Interesting. I think this was a good activity to do. Wow. All right, so let's do a video while you were snoring. Yep. Okay. All right, so let's try another activity before we go tonight because it's a short one tonight. I'm going to be back again tomorrow night, and tomorrow night's my last video for the week, and then again I'll be back again next week. Let's try another psychic phenomenon. Let's try one. Let's do one all about. Let's do something positive to bring light into our life. Hey, I have a great idea. Oh, I just had a great idea. Great idea. Great idea. Oh my gosh. Okay, here's a great one. All right, so let's close our eyes. Let's relax our bodies like it's a rag doll, like I say rag doll. And we want to let out a breath. And we go through these steps, and we're being patient, and we're surrendering to our senses. So we're going to drop down into our senses. We're going to let go of any thoughts. We're making physical contact. We're having focus and concentration. And then choose one of your senses. Like we say, choose one of your senses. And now I'm going to suggest, my suggestion right now is you've made physical contact, you're tuning in one of your senses or two of your senses. I'm going to try it again with my hearing and my touch and see if I receive, because that was very powerful for me. So my suggestion is that tomorrow you wake up. Tomorrow is December 29th. Thursday, you're going to wake up and you're going to see light traveling with your eyes closed in front of you. That's my suggestion. You're going to see light traveling in front of with your eyes closed. And let's see what you receive right now. So we tune into one of your senses. My suggestion is you're going to wake up and you're going to see light with your eyes closed. Maybe I need to have my eyes open when I do this. Mm-mm. Okay, so did anyone see any light? So for me, I realized that, well, basically what happened was I saw myself in a tunnel and I saw light ahead of me. But what was interesting was I kept trying to move towards the light, but I couldn't get very far, but it was in front of me. So that's what happened for me. If anyone else received that, I also saw fire at one point, and maybe that was the sun. Maybe that's another premonition of the solar flash that's coming, which is going to be a blinding white light that covers the globe and everyone's going to be awakened. We can only hope so, can't we? Well, everyone, it was lovely having everyone this evening, and I will be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will not be late. I will be here at 7, and I apologize for the late show tonight. It was just, we went to the mall after work, and then I also attempted to get an oil change. Anyone who's joined, oh, you saw swirling red or pink, Bob Harding. Good for you. Well, I'm very grateful that you're all here. I have so much gratitude for this moment. I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And join me I'm on all the social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And here I am on YouTube, and I'm sending you love and light, and I want good things for you. And we're all about to hit 2023, and then more of us are going to become awakened. So I'm spinning light. I see the light, and you're in the center of it. And I'm spinning light, and I'm spinning it clockwise. 1, 2, 3. It is pizza time. And then 1, 2, 3, counterclockwise, and you're in the center, and I'm sending you love and light, and I'm telling you, I'm sharing with you that you're a worthy being of light. It doesn't matter what you have, it doesn't matter what you look like, and it doesn't matter what job you have. None of that matters. I'm telling you right now, in this moment, you're a worthy being of light, and know that, and remind yourself of your 3 characteristics that make you an authentic being. And I want good things for you. Have a wonderful night. I'll be back again tomorrow. Love you.